A media publicist steps up to help evacuate her friend from Israel after the terror attacks from Hamas. Both of them are speaking out about how the Biden administration has left American civilians to fend for themselves. Here's One America's Daniel Baldwin with more.
Several Americans are still stranded in war-torn Israel, struggling to find a way back home. One of them was a woman named Silver Prout, who was visiting the country as part of a church group vacation. But Saturday, October 7th, Hamas launched a surprise attack on Israel while Prout and her church group were still in the country. With an unresponsive State Department, Erica Knight, a friend, co-worker of Prout's, and a publicist, enlisted her friends in the media to help get the story out. Florida Congressman Corey Mills stepped up and independently rescued Prout and multiple other people. Both women join us now on One American News. Silver, now that you're back home, you're safe, walk us through the emotional whirlwind that you dealt with over the course of the few days that you were in Israel.
Absolutely. Well, first, thanks so much for having me on the show, Dan. It's a pleasure to be here. Waking up on October 7th to some of the most horrific news that Israel was under attack. Immediately in my gut, I knew this was different. You know, I had been to Israel before. We went down along the Gaza Strip. Israel's no stranger to threats and attacks. But in my heart of hearts, I knew this was different. So immediately texted our good friend, Abe Hamadeh, and I said, you know, Abe, what's your take? This feels different. Like, what should I do? And his response was, this is different. You know, this hasn't happened in over 50 years. You need to get out of there immediately. So, you know, the wheels were turning, and I was thinking of every possible way how to get out safely. Before the chaos, before all the canceled flights.
Erica, of course, you're a friend, a coworker. You also received messages from Silver pleading for help. Abe obviously served, but you're a publicist, obviously a very good one, but you felt this innate need to spring into action and do your best despite not really having any experience in evacuating American citizens from war-torn countries. Why did you feel the need to spring into action and help your friend?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. This is definitely my first go around at evacuating someone from a war-torn country. And so by the time it was Tuesday and she had said, I need to get out, I knew it was time to get out. And so, like you said, knowing what to do was sort of kind of unknown to me at the time. But I said, okay, we're going to get you out of there. No, like I'm just going to figure it out. And that's exactly what we did. We went to the media because that's actually what I know how to do. I didn't have some kind of evacuation plane or anything of that nature. But we got a story up very, very quickly. And we were really just trying to put pressure on the administration because, in my experience, sometimes you can do these things and use the media to get the government to actually act. And that was sort of our frustration at the time. Other countries were rescuing their citizens and ours were doing nothing.
Now, Silver, as Erica just mentioned, Brazil and Iceland were rescuing their citizens. You would think that the State Department would step up and try to establish some sort of communication with you and your group, and with flight cancellation after flight cancellation. Did you hear anything from the State Department while you were there? Was there a message they sent you, or did they just leave you on your own?
You know, obviously the attacks happened Saturday, State Department closed. Sunday, they were closed. And then Monday, it's a U.S. holiday. So again, we got an out of office message that they would be back. So we really didn't hear anything until Tuesday. And even then, their response was, yes, we acknowledge like it's dynamic on the ground, like things are, you know, it's a war, but our recommendation is that you work with an airline to get yourself safely home. And my question was, well, how? Like all our flights keep getting canceled. There's really, and we see obviously Iceland, Brazil, and the initial reports that they were getting their citizens out. And my response was, the United States of America should have been the first one on the ground to start evacuating their citizens the moment this happened. And now they're one of the last. And I think that only comes after intense pressure from Congress. And while the State Department has, yes, you know, initiated evacuation flights, there is one important caveat to that. You have to sign on the dotted line that you will pay the United States government back before they evacuate you, which is crazy to me because, I mean, I don't remember us asking Ukraine to sign a promissory note, and we have given them billions. So why are we asking United States citizens who are stuck in a war zone to please pay the United States government back before we can get help. It's complete incompetence from this administration, in my opinion, and even on the State Department.
Florida Congressman
Shocking.
Corey, shocking, right? Florida Congressman Corey Mills did come forward. He got you guys independently, but it was through the work of Erica, yourself, the congressman. And Erica, you tried to bring some more light to this story by posting another hit that you did on Instagram, and Instagram wouldn't actually let you post it. They took it down saying it incited violence. So are they running cover for the administration just completely dropping the ball on this situation? What was your reaction to just not being able to post that there are people who are stranded there and the administration is not helping them?
Look, I don't even use my Instagram to, push political agendas or anything. I mean, I basically have Instagram so my grandma can look at pictures of my children. And so when I posted this video and it was taken down, I was completely shocked because it's a pretty feel-good. Many people have said, wow, this is one of the only feel-good stories we've actually heard from this war. So I really don't see much violence about it. The only guess I can make is that, in this situation and many others, that's exactly what social media companies are doing, is running interference for a failing administration. And, it's sad because we're over here telling people, oh, America is so strong. America is a superpower. We are the best. Joe Biden is the leader of the free world.
Real quick, Silver, you're sitting there. You're not getting a response from the State Department while you're in Israel. You know that Erica is doing her best to get you home using the resources that she has. What message does that send to you? And what message should it send to America, knowing that a first-term congressman and a publicist, a friend, did more to get you home safely than the Biden administration did?
I think it says everything about this administration. They continually put hardworking, everyday Americans last. And I think this situation was just another example of that. When they fail, when this administration fails its people like my friend Erica, it's people like Congressman Mills. They step up to the bat. They do what needs to be done. And, they do what this administration has failed to do, which is help American citizens. So thank God for them.
Silver Proud, Erica Knight. We are grateful you're both safe, and we are grateful that you knew each other as well. Thank you so much for joining us on One American News.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.